is Katherine, and many of you know me. I'm a fairly new member of this congregation. I've been here 9 months. 9 months, the birthing process, so I'm up here. Today is about patterns, changing patterns. What would you like to change? Today I'm addressing a pattern, a fear of mine of public speaking. So I created this whole thing so I could address my pattern of fear of public speaking. I love rituals. It must be a holdover from my Catholic upbringing. That was the best part of Catholicism, the bells and smells, as I've heard it called. At their worst, rituals become addictions and obsessions. At their best, they help us to change deeply held patterns. Rituals organize our lives and set the stage for life's passages and intentions. Every positive thought and act, every concentrated effort that gathers our scattered thoughts to specific intention is like a drop of pure water dispelling into a cloudy glass. The more drops that go in, the smallest pure thoughts and actions toward our own personal evolution eventually clear the cloudiness of our awareness, our consciousness. It's a lifelong process. So rituals are just patterns of thoughts for manifestation. We choose their significance. We choose the interpretation. This is where the empowerment lies, in our own vision of ourselves, in the next best version of ourselves. So for vision to have a clear path, to gather energy in our life, there are times we have to shovel out the stuff that weighs us down mentally and emotionally, and thus physically. When we are weighed down by fear, defeat, anger, resentment, self-loathing, to name a few, we become heavy in our body and in our outlook on life. All our energy goes into carrying around the sack of our unresolved issues and emotions. Any New Year's resolutions have cement shoes on before they can get started. So today, you see a little piece of paper stapled in the cardboard in your book. That makes it easier to write on. First, we'll intone a chant, attuning ourselves to our higher mind, our higher ideals, if you will, the connection with something larger than ourselves, whatever you think it is. Then 5 minutes of silent meditation, and I will time it for you. Don't have to think about it. And then after the silence, take a few minutes to write on the paper what you would like to leave behind when you enter this new year. Imagine this process as a passageway to a new era in your life. Hold an image of yourself cleansed of these old patterns. Take the risk to write down the things that are most secret. You're not going to show this to anyone. But this is a way to bring them out of festering in your consciousness and into the dissolving fire. This is a ritual of freedom. So take a chance. What do you have to lose in being honest with yourself and lightening your load, burning up your familiar burden? As you are ready for the fire, I'd like to assemble in the middle aisle, and probably 2 lines can come down. You'll see candles lit on either side. You can light the piece of paper from the candle, tearing it off with the cardboard, and just put it in the fire pit. And release it with a blessing. Bless yourself for doing this, and bless the passage of the burden. For those who don't wish to walk up or can't, Deborah will come around with a bowl and will burn them for you. Excuse me. I invite you to extend the silence as we proceed. How much attention and self-love can you give to your intention? Okay, so Deborah's going to join me, and Rosemary, we're starting the chant. You have a copy of it in your book? Here I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Thank you. Chanting repetitiously like that just gets through to the subconscious mind. Breaks up our repetitive thoughts with this thought that we're one with all that is. So now we'll have 5 minutes of silent meditation. And try not to think about what you're going to write down. Really just be in touch with your breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. I'll time it for you. You don't have to think about that either. And we'll begin now. Close your eyes if you can, if you're comfortable. If not, find a space, find a point on the floor in front of you that you can just focus on if you're uncomfortable with closing your eyes. Thank you, everyone. For some of you, that 5 minutes probably seemed like a really long time, and for others, it just flew by. Thank you for participating in your silence. So now, take another few minutes and write down on your little piece of paper what you would like to release into this cleansing fire. And those of you who are ready can probably start coming into the middle aisle. You can probably make 2 rows down. And again, release this with a blessing. A blessing for yourself and a blessing how this somehow was part of your life or needed to be in some way. And now it is through. And coming down the middle aisle, and then you'll return by the side. And take a moment as you stand there. There's time. Just take a moment to think about it and release it. There's no rush in this. This was precious to you or worked for you at some time, and now it does not. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We got some smoldering. They're not quite ready to release. Let's all chant and get it going. Ready? Bye-bye. Yeah. Oh, I can read the writing. Just kidding. That was good. Thank you. Shall we do that again next year?
Yes.
Can you tell us about the blocks?
Well, I just wanted to bring the, the earth in here. So all these green rocks are jade from Big Sur that my husband found, and all these crystals are Deborah Larson's that I borrowed from her. But I just wanted to bring in the earth element in here, to ground this process.
Good idea. Beautiful.
The smoke alarm won't go off.
Hasn't yet. That was the fear I let go. One year we did this, and the smoke alarm did go off. But this was absolutely delightful. Thank you, Steve, for being a part of this. Totally appreciate it. I don't know, does the smell of this bother you? Because it doesn't me, it smells wonderful release, just wonderful. It's a great reminder of letting go that which no longer serves. Okay? So thank you, Katherine.